The first thing Marcus said. At dawn, when the air still holds the night, when silence stretches longer than the light, he doesn't reach for comfort, he reaches for clarity. Marcus Aurelius, a man who ruled the most powerful empire on earth, still had to rule his own mind first. His question was simple. Is this what I was made for? To lie still, to chase warmth, to vanish into softness? No, he rose because duty doesn't care how he feels. Because life doesn't pause for the reluctant. Because time doesn't wait for motivation. The war of a day is not fought at noon, it's decided the moment you open your eyes and either stand with purpose or fold. He didn't wake with ambition, he woke with direction. He didn't ask, what do I want? He asked, what must I become? And that question changed everything. Not just for emperors, for anyone willing to start with will instead of want. Before the world starts, the room is still. No screams, no noise, just the hum of something ancient, the self before it's named. This is the moment before gravity returns, before the world remembers your name, before you're asked to be everything, for everyone. So stop, breathe, don't move yet, because this silence, it's not empty. It's a doorway. Most people wake into distraction, into dopamine, into someone else's demands. But those who walk different, wake different. Not to grind. Not to hustle, but to align. This is not a routine, this is a ritual, a sacred return to the part of you that isn't swayed by noise. The breath is slow here, the choices are yours, and the day hasn't claimed you yet. Use that. Everything dies. Close your eyes, not to escape, but to see. Zoom out. Past your body, past this room, past the shape of your name. Watch the earth spin silently. Watch stars burn out quietly. Empires rise, fall. Names carved into stone, weathered away by time that doesn't care. Everything ends, everything. And you are not exempt. That breath you just took, it will never come again. You are not small, you are brief. And that should not make you panic, it should make you present. Because nothing you fear, nothing you chase, nothing you grip will outlive this moment. So stop clinging, stop running, and just be here. Feel your feet, feel the silence, feel how alive you are before the world asks you to forget. This is your reminder. You do not have time, you have now. This is not poetry, this is practice. To wake up not as a machine, but as a mortal. To live like every breath is the last, because one day it will be. Write what you couldn't say, pick up the pen, like a blade, like a mirror, like a key. This isn't journaling, this is excavation. You don't need to be wise, you don't need to be healed, you just need to be honest. Say what couldn't be said yesterday, to them, to yourself, to no one. Pour it, the anger, the ache, the envy you pretend you don't feel, the memory that still makes your stomach twist. Let the page catch it, so you don't have to carry it. No one will read this, no one needs to. This isn't for them, it's for release. And when it's out, write what you're still grateful for, even if all you have is breath, a window, and a second chance. 3 things every day. That's the practice. Then ask, where was I weak yesterday? Where did I flinch? Where did I trade truth for comfort, not to shame, to see? And finally, 1 line, a vow, your compass. I will not chase what isn't mine. I will not fold to be accepted. I will hold the line, set it, then move. Lighter, cleaner, truer. Set a moral direction. Before the day chooses for you, choose who you'll be. Don't write goals, write virtues, not hit the gym, but be disciplined. Not close the deal, but be just. Not win the argument, but stay wise. These are not tasks, these are pillars. Because when the storm hits, and it will, you won't need more plans, you'll need center. So pick one, just one. I will be brave today. Not perfect, not fast, just brave. Because when life tests you, and it will, you won't have time to decide, only time to act. And if your compass is already set, you won't fold, you'll move. That's the point. Virtue is not about being right, it's about being ready. Set it, say it, then walk like you mean it. And if the world tries to drag you sideways, you'll still move forward, because your center isn't theirs, it's yours. Act without needing a result. Not every right thing works, not every good deed is noticed, Not every truth lands. Do it anyway. Because the Stoic doesn't act for reward, he acts to stay aligned. You don't wash your hands to be praised. You do it to stay clean. So do what's right, even if it costs you comfort, even if it's quiet, even if it hurts. That's not weakness. That's character. Hold the door for someone who won't say thank you. Apologize to someone who won't forgive you. Tell the truth when it costs you something. Because if your values vanish when things get hard, they were never values. They were decorations. Virtue doesn't flinch. It doesn't look over its shoulder. It moves, with or without applause. This world is full of people who adjust themselves to what works, to what gets them ahead. Let them. You're not here to be ahead, you're here to be true. That's why the Stoic is dangerous, because he's not acting for gain, he's acting for alignment. And when a person no longer needs the outcome, they can no longer be controlled. That's real freedom. Not comfort, but clarity. So today, act without needing a result. Choose what's right, even if it never comes back. That's the kind of man they remember. Not because he won, but because he didn't move. Return to breath. The mind races, the chest tightens, the day begins to pull before you even move. Stop. Come back before the scroll, before the schedule, before the rush. Come back to what never left. Breath. Inhale slow, not to get air but to find yourself. Feel the ribs expand. Hold. Let silence stretch longer than you're used to. Then exhale, longer than the world allows. Do it again. Not like a hack, like a homecoming. The Stoics didn't call it meditation. They just knew that the man who can sit while everything spins is the man who doesn't break when the pressure comes. One breath, just one, can rewrite how the next hour feels. The breath tells you you're not in danger, you're just scattered, you're not behind, you're just overloaded, you're not failing, you're just disconnected. So reconnect, not to thoughts, but to being. Because when the breath is shallow, the mind is loud. But when the breath is deep, the world slows down and starts to listen. Don't chase peace, create space. Breathe like you're building a room inside yourself. No one else can enter. No task, no voice, no judgment, just you, still here. And when you rise, you don't rise to chaos, you rise from center. That's what makes the Stoic different. Not that he never feels panic, but that he always knows the way back. And that way is through breath. One morning, one lifetime. You didn't just wake up, you returned. To the version of you that doesn't ask for motivation, that doesn't need permission, that doesn't wait. You remembered death, so you valued time. You cleared the noise, so your voice could come through. You chose your direction, so the world wouldn't choose it for you. You acted with no attachment, so nothing could be used against you. You breathed, so you could begin again. And now you walk, not faster, but with weight, not louder, but with presence. You don't explain the shift, you don't post it, you don't advertise your depth. They'll feel it in your pace, in your eyes, in the way you no longer reach for what you used to chase. Because the one who begins the day with purpose carries a kind of silence that speaks louder than noise ever could. While others scramble, you stand. While others react, you remember. And when the world tries to bend you, you bend breath first, then rise back into form. That's what a morning like this does. It builds something that won't crack just because the day gets loud. So don't call this a routine. It's not a checklist. It's a reset, a resurrection. One morning done right isn't just how you start the day. It's how you shape your entire life. Because when you win the morning, you don't have to win anything else. You've already returned to what can't be taken.